when we first came to Agnes Water, we rented, and it was lovely because we rented a place that was just up a hill, and you could just look out and see the horizon. You could just look out and see the water. It was just so beautiful. Even when it was raining, pouring with rain, you could still look out and know the ocean was just out there. And in Agnes Water, there are a lot of hills, so there are a lot of places where you can just gaze out and see that horizon.
Dangerous views.
Yeah.
Hard to get to work.
And then even if you're on the other side of the hill, then you look out and then it's all just, your rural landscape, which is beautiful. We have all the, we don't have those views anymore. It's very sad. But what we do have is, so we live about 5 minutes drive out, a huge 5 minutes drive.
Massive.
And we have a 4-acre property, so we've gone for more that kind of lifestyle because how many children do we have? We have
7 children, 6 of them being boys, so very active. We wanted some space for that. So we are on a 4-acre block, 5 minutes from work still, so it's really not a drive. There was a time where I was riding, but that sometimes goes by the wayside. But yeah, we're not, you don't really have neighbours per se on those sort of blocks. You do really get back to nature. And certainly you can sit quietly and not see a car, just listen to the birds.
But
campfire.
Campfires in the winter. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Marshmallows in the fire.
And the starry nights, like there's no town lights. And so, you don't realise the Milky Way until you lie down by a campfire in the middle of winter on a clear night and go, wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So it is an amazing a spot for those sort of nature experiences.
And the thing is the the kangaroos are just out there. Now, I know that some people are used to that too. But, if you're in the city, you just don't get that anymore. Even if you're in the bigger so I grew up on the Sunshine Coast. We used to have that in my backyard. But that's not so much the case anymore. But we have the kangaroos are right there. The joeys are in the pouches. We have the kookaburras. We have there are a lot of nature kind of people who are interested in nature. So there are people like who work on the lark, and then they have the bird watching tour and all those sorts of things. And we have a son who just loves watching birds, naming birds, listening to the birds. There are just and there are a lot of people who are interested in that. We probably should take him to one of those groups where they do that.
Yes. Horses, another thing. A lot of people have horses on these blocks, and so there's a strong horse riding community here as well. I think there might be a couple of different groups, but there's definitely a strong
there's definitely so there's a pony club 15 minutes out at Captain Creek. There's also Agnes Water Active Riders, and now because we don't own a horse, we don't know exactly what they do, but the active riders are more they're going for their competitions and things like that. They have their own. Fairly recently, they've now got their own property, and it looks really exciting. I'd love to be able to do that, but that's not. Maybe if we had another doctor come along, maybe then we could pursue that dream of maybe horses. I don't know, maybe.
And that's all within 5 minutes of the beach.
Yeah, they ride their horses down the beach. See, we need to get a horse.
Yeah, horse on the beach.
So So
and then. Another 10 minutes out from that, you do start getting to the 40-acre blocks, and that's that's an amazing.
Now, how many minutes was that again? That was
10 minutes on top of our 5, so 15 minutes.
15 minutes to the 40-acre blocks.
40-acre blocks. And that's another level of wilderness, I guess. But 4 acres, within rideable distance of town, you wouldn't find that very many places, certainly not within coastline Australia.
No, and we don't have one traffic light, do we?
No.
Not one traffic light. Maybe it'll come, but
occasionally there's a stop and go sign, and that frustrates you when you have to wait 3 minutes for the 2 cars in front of you.
Exactly. When you come to an intersection and then there are about 5 cars, it's like there is a lot of traffic today.
That's school holidays.
That's
so
very frustrating. Yeah.